na land na nkasa no shortcut amount. Now from the land no we come to the foundation. Usually we don't do our soil tests when we want to build. It's a foundation no problems bank the whole dynasty is so and also a benya problem.
Wow.
Right, so when you run your soil tests, it determines a lot of things. Because the soil test gives you the stability of the soil you are about to build on.
Great.
It's not about structure on the 10 I was saying because structure na cost right, so that is another issue, the soil tests. And then we come to using unprofessional artisans. Right, it's another shortcut. Very common. We will be or dyke here also see. Now, a dano plan cry any home. Inti artisans na wako who say on see dynamano. Right, so we say now the artisan cannot read a lot of details on the plan. Right, inti no or engage those artisans and also a very common. Instead of engaging professionals, starting from the architects, then to the civil engineers, and then moving on with that, right? So and also very very common with that, the homeowners, and then some also skip the permit process, right? And also another shortcut. When you skip permit processes, you are likely to do a lot of mistakes in the course of your building. Yes, so I think. These are some common for casa a dynasty.
Right. Owe kasano use soil test. Mean Jenny said Ghana for do na put him say mato assassin. I was say may soil test. And no, any day. Messam yenny be our mass assassin so. Hifa and I'm like kindly take us through the soil test because I'm sure also be brainer yente crowd.
Okay. So if you want to do the soil tests, you have to get a civil engineer, right? There are people who do that. The soil test does this. Okay. It's soil test, no. Soil test, no. A travel assassin, load assassin bit me.
Okay.
And you check stability of the soil. As I see you loose. As I see you as I say no, na very loose. Ebi to ball a go for some time.
Okay.
And I say person ton. Into two normal fele. Fele sana. It should take about 2 rainy seasons. That is about 2 years when you say rainy seasons. Also season about every year.
Right.
Right. And sana it is stable. When you buy such a land, na say ni ma obekọ normal fele e da honomo. One year soil test now you might not be able to know. And then we also check insuo no acid e wom. Right? Insuo no acid na wom no you check here and na be train the concrete designs are e was say cement no do proportions ni ratios are use ni ade. Enti no soil test no HS anyama we nyina waterlogged area such a sulfate content assassin mu ni nyina no ye nyama ye gina so na ye di design foundation no say a very loose say a chest a very loose that means say I will say o fill with boulders meaning say one project bi omo de aboa kese abegu foundation nim say be ya ebe enhance the stability no right into no say na ye na ebe kire depth no so I was okay. So you engage the professionals, they run the soil test, then they analyze it. After analyze no, and on debema architects no, and structural engineers no, no design a foundation no, assassin bit miaji.
Right. Now, okay, same way I say it's a big terms, engineers for structure one for. Let's be practical.
Okay.
Obia sebio, worker. Wohu ojine akeji akaka bababa na koto asase so you tell say okay na nepo ye na and again how many Ghanaians can even afford this?
Okay, thank you. Soil test na ndra akra mekoye bi wo oyarefa.
Okay.
oyarefa na the ubesi dan okoje permitter say obi a obescape permit process no ono na bia onte soil test ni da okoje permitter they will require your soil tests report nti okope omo besan omo catch up then you come and then you engage the professionals no say ubesi edan keto bia unim ho edwuma na who engage professionals and also another shortcut right until we see dan bia na I was say there are contracted construction companies around that omo team of all these people. If you can't go say make way you engage construction companies omo licensed then they have all these team of people omo betray what you need to do, right? Until soil test no a ben and then the cost is just about 5,000 cedis.
5,000 friend is just about.
Maybe share a percentage
right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, soil test anyway, which is quite vital. But you mentioned permits as well. Yeah, share some of the shortcuts people, ignore, and as a people do, the problems are brain. Yeah, share now say demolition. I cost war.
Yeah,
a pesky area, we can say that they've been victims of these shortcuts amount for sometimes we intend to do things fast now the problems are brain in situations like that. What would you advise people who are now buying land, people who are now looking for lands to develop in terms of permits? If you know how we can go about signing your money, so you can let them know the right way to secure the land. I am for problem be to send your cost or patient or embrace.
Okay, thank you. Before I better assassin biano. Now unim dia odi assassin be
sir.
Entino. So unim dia odi assassin be dia. Then that means you have to first locate the land. Assassin I was say assassin now assassin area open right assassin na area open before you engage. There are different types of lands. The state lands, we have the customary and the individuals near them. When assassin as a individual there, for instance, you have to get a land surveyor right, to take the coordinates of the land.
Sir.
Then you can go to the Lands Commission. When you visit the Lands Commission for a search, you know, say as a flood prone area, yensi edan. When you skip that process before you move to payments, a payment, transactions near the then say the catcher say a flood cry area and there's a way to now we ignore.
True.
So it would be like a me and me dying, a flood area, a bar me and a having.
Exactly.
Right. And if government decides to act on it, then the demolition would affect you.
Right.
Right. So you over say I was saying our Lands Commission. That is where you would know say as I say you register paying say you register paying, then you can go ahead. As I say no, nipa na o to ama ono e dia.
Yeah.
Right? Ya to ama obi da, obehu history e wa asase no ho. Say e conflict nkwa na ekoso asase no ho a, you would get all that from the Lands Commission.
Right.
Yes. So eda na omububu sese ya no. You see no owner is coming out to say anything because they know.
Yeah.
They know.
Because on search ni say no man.
One quiet search ne kra. Once you are ignorant of that law, you don't have anyone to blame.
Hey yo, because you say be more, big buildings,
very big buildings,
properties are destroying is saying and so it's very important we don't ignore some of these things which are very vital to prevent loss of property like this. The impacts, the effects apart from loss of properties, right? What are some of the effects ignoring some of these measures, and as taking the shortcuts can bring to homeowners, property owners?
Okay, so OSKP processes and I say a shortcuts.
Yeah.
Shortcuts nature say there was a process and we in film baby film now we jumping or see him.
Sir.
So we look at structural collapse. A dino a siwa a nearman a cream, right? Into yamfa one shortcut bina yan structural impact. No,
all right.
To say iron rods, iron rods are a decidine.
Sir.
When say omo designs na say structural engineer na designs na an architect na ya or quantity of rods I will be used for every column. And the size I will be used. So a 16 mm now be used. 16 mm ne boy den 12 mm.
Definitely.
Right. Intino ahode a 16 mm ne su kra no 12 mm no enkra sa ahode no.
Yeah.
So when say if you no because of financial constraints binti oka say we chale mun koto 12 mm na mun use that is a shortcut now the impact is a dino columns no intimate crowd anymore, so structural collapse. You start seeing cracks. Dynamo.
Wow.
You start seeing cracks. Then we look at another impact, and then we also take a shortcut. If you don't engage professionals like plumbing, practically dynamo say a dynamo leaky near there.
Yeah.
That means plumber no anya na so when you engage professionals from the start, architects no or designer dyna omoye plumbing near the mechanical friend MEP drawings.
Wow.
So mechanical, electrical, and then plumbing. Say professionals no go by those plumbing layouts now. Or say you sue in near a better amount to say glue. Yeah, what the air papa near what the air papa.
Air plumbing glue, yeah.
Yes, glue the joining pipes, yeah.
I see.
It is a one to the air papa na.
We're trying
leakages, baby. Even the pipes, it be a shrink it. Yes, expand na contract na air shrink it.
Yeah. At the end they all the share professional sir, not wasumajo.
Yes.
But yeah, fee a bit no.
Yes.
Yes,
professionals the boy nyading. Yeah, so what they o say maintenance cost and repairs are obey. That means a professional no nebo no na nyading kra.
Wow.
Yeah, because o maintenance no bo no be so much.
Yeah.
So much.
Because then na bibia say o dan ho na we say o ye
na a dino
right.
I damp a fufu as any fufu ni na shortcuts be a course or dino home. When you engage the professionals, they know what to do to stop that before you even come to live in the building. Yes.
Right. To to also with some of the impacts.
So now I come to the repairs.
Yeah.
The impact, another impact, repairs and maintenance costs. Yeah. So anytime be now o change BB.
Right.
Now electricals say who use shortcuts the sidanya na say one year like now they call wiring near there and the sockets near there na say a pija na say wasobeshi
that is a dining nash.
yes. So electricals another impact no na we say we die anytime be na pija wa hanu money ade and it is not safe to live in.
Interesting. There are different stages from securing the land, the permit, and all that. These are all things and can papi more right? Now, as a consultant, as someone in this field, as an engineer, so may choose one of these stages are very very vital. Well, I know the rest are all important, but fabakwa and on a dear. Se nipa no only bibia crass what would you talk about?
The foundation.
The foundation.
Should be very concerned about the foundation. And not a dining in a
sir.
So when the foundation loses its strength, then every other shortcut be na start a show. Because when the foundation loses its strength, a settle down a dino. A dino a begina home style be. Ben say na baby a start creative problems. So it will go to the extent of the roofing.
Wow.
To disturb the roofing as well, because a dino also. So the foundation.
Very, very important.
Very, very important.
It was your for your engineer, Lawrence Adam. The send him again. Agbenoku. Before we interview, I see me in and then air train come on. And today we are looking at expensive shortcuts in construction series. Say Usi dime, or in your maybe permits, you know, the foundation and other things. No, and no come on any December now. You better try and come on. So we've seen some of the effects. We've seen things. We may consider as a shortcut near the day. You've given us some practical in your maybe so as a follow near the day. Now, institutions are almost dying. What role can they play to make sure say individuals will do the right thing? Because maybe who I'm concerned because I die in fact day back into institutions, no authorities, you saw them putting up these things near the why would you ignore? Why would you wait for the people to build the structures? No, some operate it, some live in it for years before you come back. What is happening? I don't think from the onset now they don't prevent these things. What are some of the ways our institutions no so betimi aboa ama yesi edan papa at the right places? Do I yesi dan you know permitting near the people don't, you know, they don't see the essence why they should get the permit first before they build. Most of the time, people build before they go for the permit. How can these institutions make sure that these things, no, they are enforced? Sena, Ochinebi obi nkwaye bibi ma emfa so so boni bi ama to say building at places that are unauthorized, you know, putting up structures amwaye na ebubu eguye na so. What are some of the ways institutions me a boy?
Okay, thank you. The regulators, you know, that is the district, municipal, and metropolitan assemblies.
Yeah,
they work with other structures. Say, oba permit na say, can't BBC they would always they know, so they will tell you. When they tell you. Some of these homeowners are very powerful, right?
Wow.
Regulator there, or can the yet say when this one, on one gasa ain't mean fanepe because we hear other bodies,
right? And
sana omunina kabum. This very exercise here, of course, we momo notice for some time. Then so there are people who come together with the assemblies. To go about this exercise. I think that at a time when they tell you now say you go ahead to put up the structure, it takes time for this demolition exercise to you know be enforced.
Yeah.
During that time now we see dining in now ebia almost because there will be some security near the now so process in the back right. You know, regulators we can't blame them so much. The homeowner no one can who role also will play. Right. When you want to build, now say okoji permitter, we have what we call the clerk of works in the line of construction. Your clerk of works. Clerk of works, you know, on only human say on only work contract clients on the side. Or also a professional or oversee their contract and right. It said here obi a dan ru abefa ne wofa CB say on say cement ne dodo no mo use na no obefa sa ni pa na nka dey afa professional on obegine mama
right
nti ofa professional obegine mama wa bibi e koso wo dan ne ho bia no ono no obetimi ayi wasoche nti clerk of works no obetimi akwa assembly ho. They have a lot of professionals or technicians bebre wo. Assembly nanga so your master dey say omo inspect omo buy inspections.
Exactly.
Nti ufa homo na no na wo say ufa assembly na dam form po. Na nka wanga sample de bia we invite you omo buy site.
True.
right?
True.
It is a contractor and escape maybe you can know because the assembly na when they come they will just stop the contractor.
Yeah.
And you know, I see say sometimes someone else no omo no bu omani gu niam bi so. And you say the law is not too bare for them to see. Any da they tell you.
Yeah.
But omo no bu omani gu so. So the homeowner also has a role to play.
Right.
As well as the assembly.
Right.
Right. As the regulator. And then the contractor also has a role to play. So these are the three bodies or parties play what that responsibility no. So has a problems be a
all right. Let's say common but the good thing is it's a series, so definitely we'll come back and look at other areas we can visit concerning a topic here, expensive shortcut in construction, what it takes to build your ideal home. Now, and then engineer Lawrence Edem Agbenoku, a construction consultant on the Bekarian side. You're better as an engineer. Thank you so much. You can tell he knows what he's talking about. And that should be a person see Diane. The human name who engineer mauna. Benjamin 10%. Who's that? No. And was therefore you will try and but this so the Max Morning live right here on Max TV. We'll be right back.